Hello, Internet, and welcome to another episode of the Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven Quintet here on Game Nights. I am your host and your Dungeon Master, Van, and we are here to play some god-dang Dungeons and Dragons. We're a vibe today. We're vibing. We're keeping it tight. We're keeping the energy up. This is gonna be some. And I'm very excited about it. But first, if you are here with us live on Twitch, hello, welcome. Good morning from most of us. Everyone else, I don't fucking know, because time zones are complicated. But hi, we're glad you're here. If you are with us later on YouTube, also hello. Come join us on Twitch sometime. We would love to see you in the chat if you can make it. All of our regularly scheduled streams should be on this week. Our next live stream after this is, I believe, this afternoon. I didn't totally confirm.
Yes.
But we're pretty sure that everyone will be home and ready for the next episode of Hearts of Stone, which is our brand new Blades in the Dark campaign that we are playing. Val runs that, and then later on in the week we play a lot of other games as well. Including, but not limited to, Dungeons and Dragons. So coming out with us, it's always a good time with these folks, with my friends here on our channel. You can find our schedule down below our faces on our Twitch drop page. It is also in our Discord, which you can join and come hang out with us and shitpost. Which is what a lot of us spend our time in there doing. We talk about our games and other games and shows and movies and video games and all kinds of stuff. So come hang out with us. This is a fun place to be. It's a good vibe. We're nice to each other in there most of the time. And if we're mean to you, it means we love you. I am going to let my friends here introduce themselves, tell you who they are, where you can find them on the internet, and who they are playing today, starting as always with Sid.
Hey, I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the internets at Greek Sid. I'm here Thursdays through Mondays playing in games. Speaking of Thursdays, Elegance of Vigilance gonna go on a bit of a, we were saying hiatus, we'll call it a sabbatical. And we're gonna take a break for a few weeks and come back with some, just good society. So stay tuned. Figuring that out right now, but Thursdays will be returning soon. Otherwise, I'm here on a lot of games that lovely people will mention shortly. Today I am playing Giselle Wintersweet. Giselle is a warlock, a slash rogue, and a cat person.
Like you do. Thanks, Sid. Next up is Rob.
I was like, oh, I've never stopped to think about Giselle's pets, and then I was like, oh no, literally a cat person. Never mind. Okay, yeah.
Cat hyphen
anyway,
person.
Hi. For this and more stupid takes, it's me, Rob, or bonus stage Rob, or bonus_stage_Rob. You can find me at one of those on social media that I barely use. Or more reliably, you could just find me here on Twitch or in the Game Nights Discord. Because right now I'm just exclusive to here. Right now I just really play this game on Saturdays. But I am working on some other stuff behind the scenes as per usual. But today I am playing Willoughby Wanderfoot, first year. A Owlin Paladin / fighter / good boy.
Working on some stuff behind the scenes that you may or may not see on this channel in future weeks and months. So stay tuned.
It's true.
Thanks, Rob.
You can't know that though. You can't be sure.
Next.
I mean, you actually can, but
Yeah,
you specifically can.
Next up is Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel. Rachel is most busy than most of us, and as well as Rachel Elizabeth here on Twitch. But I haven't been streaming those recently because I play TTRPGs in there with my friends. I'm here on Saturdays. You found me. And on Sundays, I'm on LB Hackabup's channel, which tomorrow we'll be doing our session 0 for the Alien RPG game that I'm going to be running for a few weeks. So watch us there. Val and Dan are there as well.
That is streamed.
Session
Zero is streamed.
The session 0 will be streamed. It will be streamed. Unless something changes, but
unless we decide we don't wanna.
Yeah, unless we decide we don't wanna, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna because it's gonna be funny. So yeah, you can watch them play my totally not scary and completely innocuous colony building sim. They're gonna decide what kind of plants, crops they want to grow and livestock they want to raise on this new planet that they're gonna be on.
Suspicious.
That sounds like really cozy.
It's cozy. It's cozy TTRPG, guys. So it's basically, it's Stardew Valley. We're gonna play Stardew Valley just
okay.
It mostly sounds like a cozy TTRPG. Mostly.
Stardew Valley when you start your farm on the setting that lets you have monsters at night.
Yeah. It's not Minecraft. Don't worry about it. And today I am playing Sereia, the Waterstrassi Circle of Wildfire Druid.
Thank you, Rachel. I was going to kick it over to Val, but we seem to be having some technical problems in the studio.
Thank you, Van. I'm going to figure that out in a second. I'm going to be crawling under my desk here in a minute to figure out
okay
why my monitor isn't, my left monitor has just gone out. I'm trying to figure that out. So anyway, hi, everyone.
Non-picture left monitor?
Non-picture left monitor. It's saying cable's not connected, but it's giving me an image. I don't know. Anyway, hi everyone. I'm Val. You have the Kraken's Crown lurking around the internet. I'm here Thursdays and Mondays playing and running games. Like Van said, we will be returning with Blades in the Dark tonight. I don't know why that's my Blades in the Dark dance, but you can find us here at 5 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to be continuing with Hearts of Stone. Probably gonna have some big energy because we've been not here for a few weeks now, and I know from our chat how excited my players are to jump back into this. So come hang out with us for that. And then I run another game on Mondays called Red Jenny, and we play the Dragon Age TTRPG at 8 o'clock Eastern time. We are getting into we're going to be starting next session with a massive time skip, covering a lot of important Dragon Age events and stuff, and then getting into the next chapter for our crew. So it's a great time to jump in if you want to come and join us for that. That's it. Tonight I'm going to be playing. I also be at Aliens. That was already said though about me tomorrow. Tonight I will be playing, or this morning, Jesus. I will be playing Law Justicia, who is a Wizardificer.
Thank you.
Go fix your monitor now.
Yeah, go
Bye.
Fix your monitor. And finally, we have Wally.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Wally, your very non-binary best friend on the internet. Just type in WALE132 into your internet machine, and you'll find me either on the Blue Skies or on the Mastodons or on that other site, whatever. You also find me in the GGK Discord, shit posting and talking about One Piece live action, because y'all, it is really good. I loved it a lot. You should check it out. It's one of those great shows if you want to get your friend interested in One Piece, but they're like, I don't like anime. This is a good, cool show for you, Rob.
Or they're like, there's 1,200 episodes.
Yeah.
It's less the anime and more the daunting task.
Exactly.
But Rob doesn't like anime, confirmed.
I hate anime.
Yeah, that's where you can find me talking that stuff. Also, you can find me
anti-weed
here. You can find me here Thursdays through Mondays playing in all the wonderful games everyone talked about. It's a lot.
No, Rob, come back.
Rob, no.
Oh no, he's proving himself.
Oh, okay. He has a Dragon Ball manga. Okay, yeah.
That's manga. That's not anime.
That's manga.
Excuse me. That
Learn
is a
the
manga.
difference.
Yes, come on.
Everything's digital now. Go fuck yourself.
He said, picking a literal
I'm gonna
book up off the floor.
jump right off of this ride, man. I only watch 4 kids dubs.
Oh my gosh. Where was I? Right.
No
Today I am playing Damian, the dragon monk, who is powered by anime and dragons.
Hey, yo,
Hey,
But
Luffy.
not
Hey,
manga.
yo, Luffy.
Hey, yo, Luffy.
Yo, Luffy. I will help you be the king of the pirates. Yeah.
All right.
I gotta go talk to Mr. Carter
Me,
later on
Sanji.
before I go help you with the King of Fire. Hey, Mr. Carter, I'm gonna leave Baratier to become the chef of the King of Pirates.
What
Hey,
is
yo.
Baby dragon.
I'm scared.
I'm doing
Being an
Yu-Gi-Oh
adult.
now, which means it's time to start the actual show. Woo! You guys ready?
Apparently, yeah.
All right, yeah. I don't feel like I need to do much of a recap because I feel like this last one, I feel like you guys remember what happened, especially Rachel. Yeah, you all ventured down to Briganock Mine here in Yon, one of the three kingdoms of what was formerly known as Prismeer of the Feywild. You made your way down through the mine, narrowly avoiding all being put to sleep and being kidnapped by the little Briganocks and the human that is currently watching over them, Molliver. One of the members, the thief archetype member of Valor's Call, an organization that you're learning more and more about as you spend some time here. Molliver offered, after some conversation, a little bit of persuasion, offered to take you down into Briganock Mine to meet Obud, the oldest of the Briganocks, but not before doing some pranks. After you passed Molliver's test and were able to make it across a bridge haunted by fire skulls safely, you talked to Obud, got some more information, particularly about the wish stones that they are mining and the fact that they are mining these things not as the Koreds thought to help Endelyn Moongrave, but in fact under great duress as she has kidnapped some of their people, including Golmo, their best architect. And then you decided what to do next. You split up, Sereia and Law staying in the cave in Golmo's workshop to perhaps use some of these malignant wish stones to create some fun stuff, both for yourselves and for the Briganocks who offered, if you were going to take down Endelyn, to help you. The rest of you headed up to Lockberry Henge, and after a little bit of chicanery, met the Queen of the Koreds, Queen Argantel of Shale, and one of the other leaders of the 8 clans of Koreds, who I don't think told you his name, but he will. Yeah, I think we're gonna pick up there as you have sat down with Argantel and this other Kored, as well as some that she has sort of called up out of the stones, many of them also Koreds of Shale, that same sort of like light gray skin, and busted out some mead, and she's very interested in hearing what you have to say. So let's pick up there. As the three of you, Damian, Giselle, and Willoughby, take a seat around one of these stone tables at the top of the henge. Queen Argantel pouring out some mead into some tankards for you, pushing them across the table. And she kind of kicks back a little bit, cloven hooves up on the edge of the table, throws back some mead and says, "So, you want to tell me what you three are doing here?"
Well, like we said, we're sort of going around and taking care of these hacks. Long story short, we met some people like back in the like material plane and also like at the Witchlight Carnival and stuff. That were sort of missing Zybelna.
Right. So do you know Zybilna then?
No, we've never met her.
And yet you came here anyway.
Well, we know the people who were affected.
I see. So, I take it you've already encountered the other two.
Yep.
We punched them in the schnoz.
Good.
The other one we punched twice.
They deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll offer any help we can.
There was one other thing. We understand that you're not big fans of the Break-in-Nooks.
As soon as you say that, the other Korra that is sitting there has that like that really pale, sort of like chalky looking skin. It just spits on the ground.
Right. Say no more.
No, we don't fuck with anyone who fucks with Endelin.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You might find that both of you are in a similar position.
Oh, what makes you say that?
Well, the only reason that they're associating with her is they've got a lot of folks that Endelin kidnapped. And this is the only way to keep the rest of their people safe.
And do you know that to be true, or did they just tell you that?
Well, why are you helping her then? And if, with all due respect, it sounds like you don't exactly want to be helping her.
No.
And you're giving us a story, same as they gave us a story, and we're choosing to trust people.
That's a hard thing to do in Prismeer nowadays.
I understand. We all do. I mean, we've met all kinds.
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Come on, Kukovaya.
Oh boy, that 3 is pretty rough, but advantage makes that a 25.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I'm a persuasive little guy. Look at me.
He's a very persuasive little guy.
Well,
Just look at me.
Can't say no to a circle.
I forgot to get on my
He's-
big D20. I need that. She looks at you, kind of her face kind of hardens. She's difficult to read, when she wants to be, when she's taking things seriously, but she's taking this very seriously. She looks you over, Willoughby, looks at the other two of you, or they're kind of supporting, and knocks back the rest of her mead, kind of kicks her feet off the table and leans her arms on there, says, "All right, one chance. If those little shits even look at us the wrong way, it's over."
That's all we're asking. And
Totally
honestly,
fair.
That's it.
your business with them is your business. We just, the enemy of my enemy and all that.
Yes, collective goals.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair assessment. All right. One chance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So, what do you need from us?
Okay. So, the Witchlight Monarch right now is actually really good at like making stuff and stuff. So they're kind of making a bunch of like really cool things to like help us take on the hags. It's a pretty cool idea.
Okay. So you've got an architect then?
Yeah. They're really good at what they do. Like, they made a really cool robot, and so they're gonna give us and everything and all of them some support. And well, we heard that you have some magical attributes yourselves with your hair.
It's always there. Aye, that's true.
I mean, if you want to help us out with that, that'd be great. But, just letting you know that is what our current plan is right now.
She looks at the other Korred sitting next to her, and the few that have sort of slowly made their way back up onto the plateau. They're a little shy is not the right word, but they're a little cautious. Some of them kind of hiding around the henge and stuff, just kind of like listening. As you see, like as you're having this conversation, like more and more of them are starting to appear, to listen, and a few of them are even like coming out. You can hear their hooves, kind of clopping against the stone. And she looks around. She looks at the one sitting next to her, and she sort of looks around at her people and the few that are sort of starting to come out of the woodwork, and they look to her and nod, and she says, "All right, what the hell? It grows back, right?"
I can't get mine
Yeah,
to stop growing back, but that's my personal experience, so
All right, we can contribute
Thank you.
willingly. And looks at her people like, we're not fucking around. Okay.
So, what does your hair do exactly? Not to be like indelicate or anything.
Many things. It's all slightly magical. Mostly it's good for well, if you can braid it into a rope, if you can manage to, it's sort of like all the strength of iron, but with the sort of malleability of what you can do with a fabric or a rope.
Wow,
It's pretty good.
that's impressive.
Works great for mining.
Do you have to cut it off first, or does it do that just like on your head?
Oh, I mean, we prefer to cut it off first. It being used as a rope when it's still attached to your head is not the most comfortable thing in the world.
I mean, some people might be into it, who knows, but...
I will. I'm not here to shame anyone,
Of course, no.
but I think for this we'll probably cut it off.
Oh, no, in this instance. No, I just was wondering.
So,
this took a tone that I did not intend, so I'm just gonna go, I think. I'm gonna go over here now. Okay.
Okay. Whatever floats your boat. So, we'll send you with as much hair as we can. And, I suppose a couple of us should go to meet with these Briganocks.
And maybe if you bring the hair, it'll kind of, be a nice little sign of, goodwill, putting a peace offering down.
Not a bad plan. But like I said, we'll give them a chance. I'll hear what they have to say.
We'll be sure to let our friends know that you guys are coming, so it won't be a surprise.
All right. Well, I suppose before you go, you should meet everyone else.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'd love
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Right. She stands up and goes around and around the henge, sort of on the inside, and one by one lays a hand on the 6 other standing stones, and they're all made of different types of stone. Lays a hand on them, whispers something, And as she goes around, you can see again the fronts of them like swirling a little bit, like the rock goes almost like liquid. And 6 other Chorids wearing various headdresses and circlets and stuff to sort of denote that they are Chorids of rank. Each one steps out of their stone with a few of their people behind them, and she introduces them to you. She is Argantel of Shale. The Chorid that was with her is Jagu of Chalk. There is also the leaders Budok of Flint, Azel of Granite, Myzelda of Slate, Yana of Basalt, Noel of Obsidian, and Mallow of Marble. And their skin tones all sort of match the stone that they have stepped out of. Like the marble ones sort of have that light gray with like a marbled texture. The obsidian are this like very, very dark, like jet black. And they all come out. They introduce themselves, and as they do, this excitement starts to build at the top of the henge a little bit, and a few of the Chorids start to pull up. They sort of push over these like boulders that are a little bit flat on top, and they start to drum on them. And they let's see, what do we got here?
We've been scarred. Like, oh no.
Everybody panicked. They start to drum.
We're a sacrifice.
And this sort of upbeat songs, a lot of them sort of stamping their cloven hooves on the stone, and some of them start to sing and pull out flutes and play this very like upbeat, like celebratory music. As Argantel sort of stands in the center of all of them, and sort of very excitedly speaks out to the rest of the Chorids here, and there are many now as the drumming continues and the music goes. Many of them sort of start coming out of the woodwork, and you see all of these different Chorids from all of these different types of stone. She says, "Well, it seems we found ourselves some allies this day, so let this be the first ceremonial dance of the Chorids since Endolin took over Yon, and let it be the last that happens while she sits up in her castle." And they start to dance.
No pressure.
I know, really.
And as they
Here,
do,
here.
as they drum on the boulders, which are somehow echoing like drums, and they're stomping, and there's flutes, and they're singing, they start this sort of like ceremonial dance that they all seem to know. And above you, the sky very briefly clears, like the rain lets up, and the clouds don't disappear, but they go a little bit lighter. The sky gets a little bit lighter, almost as if some sunshine is trying to break through. And they, with their just wild, happy smiles and this wild hair sort of flowing everywhere, they beckon for you to join them.
Damian looks at the other two and he hops up, and you know, like in that episode of Avatar when they're all dancing in the cave and that one kid when Aang says freestyle, that's what Damian starts doing. He does like that weird freestyle dance where he's just like that, like doing a bunch of moves and just going like that on the dance floor.
Damian's joining. Giselle and Willoughby, are you joining them?
I offer my hand down to Willoughby.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Willoughby also casts Spirit Shroud and summons more spectral
Yes.
Willoughbys.
Yes.
As Giselle and
And they
Damian,
dance around Giselle and Willoughby.
Willoughby and the Wanderfoots
Willoughby and the Wanderfoots
join.
return.
I want to have you guys make me either, you can choose, an athletics or a performance check.
-1 or +4.
-1 or +1. Let's see. Actually,
+4 on either, but that's not going to help with a 2.
That is 16 + 4, 20.
Oh, Giselle's carrying so hard in this duo.
Look, just
That
I'll
is-
lead, okay? I'll
That
lead.
is a 19
Oh,
for
please
me.
do.
Okay. Giselle. You take to this particularly well. Damian, you do as well. Willoughby, not so much. But you try. And they appreciate that. But
I'm still a
Giselle,
little sleepy.
Giselle and Damian specifically,
Willoughby's doing the white man at a wedding two-step.
they
Need my
do sort of
signature
in the
move.
midst of all this celebration and everything, teach the two. They try to teach all of you this sort of special dance. Willoughby, the footwork's a little complicated, and I don't know
got
that
little
you
legs.
that you catch on to it, but Giselle and Damian, you do. And because you have befriended the Chords and offered to help them, they teach you their special jig. You can perform it as an action, and the magic within the steps allows you to manipulate chord hair.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So anything made out of chord hair that you find, you can do the special dance and be able to manipulate it like the Chords would.
I think when Damien does the dance, he even like throws in some like little element stuff. So like he does like a backspin on his back, like a breakdance move, and he like ignites his feet. So it's like this really cool like fire dance kind of stuff that he's doing with it.
It's very cool.
So
That's
that's
so
like called
cool.
freestyle, guys.
Damian, can I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
If you're asked, which you probably will be, do you promise me not to teach this to Law? I want to
He
be
looks
the one.
so pensive right now. He's like,
Don't worry, they will be taught. I will teach them. Okay?
okay.
Okay.
He looks over at Willoughby. Willoughby, I've never seen Giselle so frightening in my entire life.
Oh, you get used to it. Giselle, I also promise not to teach law. Willoughby totally missteps. Like, thinks he's doing a great job.
And the Chords are very encouraging to you as well. Nobody's telling you you're doing a bad job. And you're not doing
Yeah.
a bad job. You're doing just fine. Everybody can dance.
Thanks.
He did it.
So the song winds down and the ceremonial dance finishes. Again, the clouds kind of darken overhead again. And Queen Argantel takes a breath. That's all right. I suppose myself and a couple of the others, just for safety, shall we come with you, or should we meet you there?
We actually sort of doing some finger guns toward my friends. We had one more sort of, I don't know if we'll stop, but we had one more thing we were going to investigate before we headed back to the cave. So
Sure. Is there
Um,
anything we can help with?
Well, and he hurries over and like opens up the notebook. Have you seen any kind of things of a sign of a dragon in these areas?
Dragon.
Shows like the pictures of the footprints and everything.
It would seem to me you're asking after the Jabberwock.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not been seen in yon much. Especially since Endolin took over. The storm really isn't his cup of tea. He mostly sticks to thither and yon, or hither and thither. This is yon. And assuming when he's not out hunting, he still makes his home at the palace.
what is the palace, by the way? I don't think we've ever actually asked that.
Where?
Yeah, I don't think we have. Yeah.
Oh, it's less of a well. I mean, it has a physical space, but it's less of a point on a map and more of a you have to be either invited or have a really strong intention as to why you need to be there to be able to find it.
So you gotta believe in the palace to get to the palace.
I mean, that's not that far off. The Archfey are really weird.
We're noticing that.
Yeah, I guess they are.
Yeah.
But I assume that's where you're gonna want to go, right? If you're looking for Zybilna.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Yeah.
If you can get into Motherhorn, I'm sure the bitter end has some way of getting back there.
What's the bitter end?
Oh, that's what we call her.
Oh.
Indolin.
That's clever.
I get it.
Yeah, that's
It
clever.
That is pretty
I
funny.
think it's
That's
She's
pretty
gonna be
pretty
real
good.
bitter when we punch
Yeah.
her in the schnoz. Right, Damian?
Right. High five.
Oh, boy, do I want to be there to see that. So, I suppose then you take care of your errands, and we'll meet you at the mouth of the cave, the mine.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's gonna be a good day. I can feel it. All right. And she claps her hands together, and the Koreds begin to scramble. And where would you guys like to head? After a very successful time here.
Well, where do
Willoughby
we
thinks really hard about the palace.
Well, we
Suddenly,
know.
Willoughby's just at the end game.
Yeah. Just pops in
Willoughby
there.
blinks. Like,
I'm in danger.
how did this happen? Where did he go?
This is some wild patch notes. Okay. So they're saying is the Jabberwock shows up at the palace a lot. Well, we can't just go to the palace. We have to believe in the palace that's in our heart.
Like a mind palace.
Yeah.
I think she said more that you have to either be invited and like know where it is, or you have to concentrate really hard on a reason, like a good reason why you need to go there.
Well, we really want to go there because we think Zybilna is there.
That's a pretty good
Is that
reason.
enough? We just like want to meet her. I'm sure she has so many fans that are like, oh my gosh, say the Bilda. And like, she's got to have security and everything. That's not good enough. Why do we need to go? To save her, right?
Well,
we want
yeah,
to
that's-
restore her.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking of too. But unless they came up with like a really deep, important reason, I gotta be ready for that too.
I
Wait.
think just wanting to rescue her is pretty good.
Don't you know an Archfey?
I mean, sort of.
Well, why can't you ask them for advice on how to get there? Maybe they know.
I mean, I could. All right.
I mean, if you don't want to, I mean, it's
No,
cool,
no,
but-
of course. They're like super powerful, and I'm sure they'll tell me, so it's fine. But can you just.
Oh, right. And like
Need
turns his
some-
back.
Okay.
This is.
Willoughby
Giselle
practices
turns around.
his dance moves with the Spirit Shroud Willoughbys.
Your Majesty, King of Chaos. I had some questions about maybe reaching Zybilna so we can, help some people and kick some hags' asses. Is that something you could help with?
Giselle, go ahead and make me. What roll? I would say either Arcana or Nature.
Are they the same? They are the same. All right, we'll flavor it as Arcana then.
Okay.
Okay. Plus 3, 16.
Okay. Giselle, you speak this out, and over the like the howling winds that are around you, you feel the wind shift a little bit, and it basically shifts direction, and starts to blow kind of directly towards you, and you hear just almost like a whisper, like almost imperceptibly sort of carried on the wind past your ear, a voice just say, then ask.
Okay. Can you help us find Zybelna's palace?
The wind picks up again, and you hear, it almost sounds like a chuckle, and just again this very, very soft voice just say, I'm afraid not.
No, that's cool. That's fine. You know, it is the journey is part of it and all that, so I will just figure it out. No big deal. Thank you anyway for, you know, the wind chatter and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Sort of one more gust of wind news here. You'll be fine. The beacons can show you the way.
Beacons?
And then the wind sort of swirls away.
Okay. Okay, he said something about the beacons will show us the way. The beacons will show us the way. I can't hear you. The wind is blowing too hard.
Beacons? What beacons?
I don't know.
Like the lightning rods?
Maybe? But I thought the lightning like went back to Endolin's place.
Maybe the
Well,
way
I mean,
to the
maybe.
castles in Endelin's place, because they did say that there's
Yeah.
that she would probably have an access to it.
Yeah. So
So like the lightning goes to like where you could enter and go. That's weird.
That or
well, I mean, I think more like, hey, the beacons are pointing us like we gotta go kick hag butt over there, and then like when we are in that area, we'll figure it out.
or
Potentially,
maybe,
like I don't know that it's literally. I mean, I don't know.
or maybe
just
that's
a
what
little
the
out.
lightning's for. Maybe the lightning is powering something that.
Oh,
is
so like
give-
it's literally, yeah. I was just thinking like, oh, direction wise that way, but it's possible. I mean, maybe she's sort of like, oh, okay, conspiracy Willoughby time. Puts on tinfoil hat.
Oh,
The reason
here's your-
she
here's
kidnapped
string.
an
Here's your string.
architect.
Spirity.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
Take a red string here. Take it.
Yeah. The reason she kidnapped the Briganox architect is to build a way to tear, using the lightning, tear her way into the palace.
Keep an eye on Sibylla, probably, because even though like she's frozen in there, who knows if she's not plotting something? So they probably
Well-
did it to keep an eye on her.
Yeah, or that's how they got in the first place, to freeze her. Unless
Oh.
Rob is forgetting if the hags froze her or if she was already frozen.
I don't think we know.
I don't
Hard
think.
Okay,
to
we don't
say.
know. Haha! Conspiracy wins.
That could be the case. Because
Yeah,
why would they
either
need
way,
all
I mean,
this
that's
power
what
then?
beacon means to me.
That's all I've got for
Me
beacon.
too.
Well, that's, pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. How about we just do a quick fly around? We look for dragon footprints. We look for anything that could look like a beacon. Or we wait and we see where exactly the lightning flies over to Innowin's place.
Good
Mm,
idea.
And then we'll go back
Yeah.
to the cave. Because
Yeah.
we've got things to do.
Yeah.
Okay. The plan in place. You guys have the carpet, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Three of you
yeah.
hop on the carpet. Willoughby, you can fly if you want to. And you get ready to do a one good flyover of Yon. We're gonna cut back to the caves, to Briganock Mine. I think that's too spooky.
I was like, what's happening in the cave?
Sound was too spooky. We don't have to do that one. Do Ancient Stones. Where Law and Sereia are in Golmo's workshop, the Briganock architect, tinkering away at some new inventions and some new creations. Law, what do you work on first? Where do you start?
So I have 4 things plus the. Yeah, I'm. So here's my thought process. Law's probably just gonna burn through like all their spells, assuming that we're gonna probably rest before we go do anything too strenuous, but could be wrong. Is going to. I was thinking the making the mechs for the Brigand Rocks will actually be the easier thing, so maybe we'll do that first, because I think Law's done this before, just has to like design the right configuration for like having a pilot inside for them. So it designs that out, and I think it's actually just gonna burn through. Probably won't be able to make a ton of these, but I think I could make 1, 2, 3. I could make 5 of them if I use my arcane rest. I could make 6 of them using spells, using fabricate. Once I have the designs, and then I just need to it would just be a matter of like attaching or creating some sort of like power source for them, which we have the wish stones for. So
Right.
I imagine like could do those pretty quickly. Has the materials and everything I need, and is not going to make them with fabricate doing something like intricate like that. Doesn't require it can only be like medium or smaller, but I figured if I'm going to be making what we talked about, it probably medium is probably good for them, because they're what, small,
They're tiny.
yeah. So that would be like Gundam sized for them.
Yeah.
So I think that's what Law's gonna do first.
Okay.
If you allow that.
I sure will. So, excuse me. It's morning here. You want to use your, just to be sure I understand what you're saying, you want to use your fabricate spells.
Yes.
For
It'll be all my
for the
it'll
equipment for the Briganox.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be like all my 4th, 5th, and 6th level spells.
Okay. A lot.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm gonna say. You're working on an extremely tight timeline, and you're using a lot of magic and also a lot of brain power in a very short time. So you can do this, but I'm gonna have you roll a couple of saving throws to prevent exhaustion.
That's fair. Okay.
So you can do this. I'm gonna have you roll a Constitution saving throw.
Can do. Guys had the saving throws.
I don't know. I think so.
No, it does not.
Is it just ability checks?
Yeah, just ability checks. Alrighty. That's a 24.
Okay, yeah, that's enough. For now. You you set to work. Sereia is there to help you, which does, I think, take
Kinda.
some of the strain off. You at least have some
Sure.
support there. I mean, Sereia is excellent for holding the flashlight and going to get the different tools, and getting the Briganox to bring some like snacks and water and stuff.
And the welding.
The welding, yes. Sereia is great for that. So yeah, you'd work on these law. You expend quite a bit of magical energy, and it's draining, but this is what you're built for. So yeah, you manage to, in what seems like a very short amount of time, start to construct these suits for the Briganox. You managed to. How many spell slots are you spending? 6 of them?
Yeah, I'm using my arcane recovery to get back the 1/4 level that I already spent.
Okay.
So that's 6 spells. Yeah.
How long does Fabricate take?
10 minutes.
Okay. So an hour.
Yeah.
So an hour for the spells, and then any sort of like extraneous stuff. So in 3 hours or so, you've pretty much managed to at least create 6 of these suits. That's a good spell.
It's a great spell.
It's a good
And
spell.
I can only do stuff for those wondering, like you can only do more complex things if you have proficiency in the required tools.
Right.
So I have Smith's tools, Tinker's tools, which I feel were both applied.
Yeah, those
applied
definitely
there.
apply to the situation. So you take a couple of hours, you do this, and then you just have to fit them with some kind of power source, which you're thinking you will use the wish stones for.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make me a roll with your tinkers.
Sure.
Your tinker tools.
Intelligence, okay?
Yeah.
On that? Or okay. I'll just roll Arcana because it's the same thing.
That'll do it.
So.
I'm not looking at D&D Beyond at all, so
You
guys could be
this
saying
one
any numbers right now.
This one I can do a bless on because it's a guidance on.
It's ability check. Yeah.
Ability check. 26.
That'll do it. Yeah, I guess you manage to this one mostly just by tinkering, less magic, a little bit of enchanting here and there. You manage to sort of fit these suits with this contraption that you guys have put together that will essentially, you can feed wish stones into, and it will sort of consume them and release the that bit of like raw magic that is inside to power the machinery.
If it's like Val trying to build my new computer this week, it's a lot of like, I did this, why isn't it working? Hold on, let me take some parts. Let me take some things out.
There's
here.
some laying on the floor.
That moment where like something doesn't light up, so you walk away and cry for a second, and you come back.
There's some. Do we have beer in the fridge? God, I hope so.
Yeah. Oh,
and then
shit,
sometimes
I
in the
got-
middle of the fight, one of the monitors goes down, but you plug it back in and it's fine.
Yeah, well, that was just because I accidentally kicked the cord, so it wasn't fully in all the way.
You know
that
what?
was totally user error.
Would super rather it just be user error.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a little bit of like, oh no, I designed this for an AMD processor instead of an Intel processor. Now I gotta get this part again. Oh shit.
Sorry, you have no idea what Law's talking about.
She's just like laying on the floor at this point, probably. Like it's been hours and she's just like staring at a bug crawling on the ceiling.
I imagine there's a whole pile of crumpled up paper balls that she's been throwing at the back of their head while they're working.
Just like mildly being annoying. Just a little.
This button do.
Just holding produce flame like close by so you can see in the cave.
Yeah.
Just like adjusting her wrist down so I can
Just-
My dad.
It's like, doesn't Law have this light spell?
Do I? Hold on. I got so many cantrips. Do I?
You do have a lot of cantrips.
I do not have the light cantrip.
There you go. So you need Sereia there.
Yes.
Thank God. She has a purpose.
I do a control flame,
Until
so
she
I can
wanders off.
adjust the settings on her.
On the light.
Yeah.
It's very good. Yeah, so you fit these with the power source, and they're gonna have to have some kind of way to transport these wish stones with them. But it works.
Yeah, I was imagining they sort of like, so when you say transport them, like I was imagining like the wish stones like slot in kind of like the Iron Man suit, like in
Yes.
the core or something like that.
There's only so much power in the individual stones, though.
Oh, okay, so they like have it.
They're
tempered,
like batter. It's like batteries.
It's like those
essentially.
smokers that feed the pucks. There's
Yep.
just like a little like thing.
Yeah.
They just have like a whole sheet
So
of them,
you are
and they just pop in.
yes. So
How
yes,
many-
they can slot in. I'm imagining they slot in like sort of like batteries or like power
Yeah.
cells. You know, in Subnautica where you have the little power cells and you have to like slot them in and then they die and
Yeah.
you take those out and you can either recharge them or you wouldn't be able to recharge these. They'll probably be consumed in the process.
How long, if I do any testing, how long will one wish stone power a suit for? Because I know they're going to ask me that. I rolled a 26.
Roll a 26. I know that doesn't change the
Incredibly energy efficient.
that doesn't change the makeup of the wish stones. I'll say half an hour.
Okay.
Like the one thing I didn't think about. That
In
seems
like a
right to me.
battlefield situation, that's a fair amount of time.
It's a pretty decent amount of time.
Okay.
You're gonna have quite a ways to go to get these. If you're trying to get them all the way up to Motherhorn, you're basically
Yeah,
at the
we'll probably have to-
southernmost point of Yon. You're gonna have to get to the northernmost point and up the mountain and to Motherhorn.
So we'll have to design something. We'll have to have some way to transport them there before we slot them in. Otherwise, we're wasting a lot of wish stones.
Yes.
Can I design a drop ship while we're at it?
You can try.
How about-
Orbital
How
satellite
about a
drop.
mine cart? Just
Yeah,
put
that's
them all
probably more.
in
And I
We'll find
will-
a better.
and
I will-
Dutch push.
Yeah, and I will remind you guys as well, because I don't think I mentioned it earlier. When you were talking to Obud earlier, he did mention, right, there is a way to get to Motherhorn from the mine. There are
Yes.
tunnels that basically run through all of Yon. So you don't have to go overland if you don't want to.
Yeah, I think Law will assume that probably a cart or something, because it's like 6 kind of human-sized
Yeah.
machines, 6 roughly Willoughby-sized machines, and that would probably be pretty easy to move. Okay, yeah,
You can probably finagle that.
that's somebody else's problem to Law.
It was definitely like a moment where like Law was like over complicating how to say it, and Sarai's, why don't you just use a minecart?
Just put them in the cart.
Laying on the floor, holding up the flame.
But hold on. If you put the blade, multiple blade systems providing downward propulsion, and then we drop them
You
from
must
above.
construct
I don't
additional
speak that
pylons.
language.
All right. Sorry for using you as a flashlight.
That's fine.
So, suits successfully constructed, exhaustion avoided for now. Were you working on anything else?
Yeah, I've got a few other things to work on.
Okay.
My real projects.
Your real projects. You want to start those now?
Yeah, I would like to start this now.
You're making 4
Mhm.
items.
Mhm.
What resources are you using?
Well, this is a bit more nebulous. So I'm definitely using some of the bad wish stones, and as many of those I can get my hands on, and then
Yeah, they're the Berganox. I think Obud tried to make this clear. Like, they don't do anything with them. They don't like them. They're unsettling to be around for anyone who is good aligned, like we talked about last time. So essentially, they just go in the pit.
yeah, it's fine. And there's a lot of, I think that they'll fit. Some of us are unsettling to be around. I'm talking to myself. I realized that my god was speaking to me. My other god.
Wait a minute.
Sorry, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, so that, and then I guess if there's any sort of I wanted to ask to see if there were any richer like deposits of like mineral deposits here that Law might be able to use, or if they've mined anything else besides these stones. You know, Dream would be like mithril deposit. I'd settle for like silver, gold, something else,
Okay.
some other precious metal.
Yeah.
But-
So some of the Brigannox will tell you they have only been mining the wish stones because that is what Endolin has been asking for. Before that, this was a more expansive mining operation. They basically tell you you're welcome to go down and try to find whatever's left down there.
Could I have persuaded some of them to maybe a couple of them to get what they could while I was working on the mech suits
You
for
can
them?
try. What do you say to them?
Here are my designs for the mech suits. These are going to be so cool. I do have a couple of personal projects that I wanted to work on, and I need some of those minerals. I need some of the some more conductive metals to build those. Could you perhaps spare like 3 or 4 people, get as much as you can while I'm making the suits? They'll be done when you get back, so I can use those and save a little bit of time. Otherwise, it's going to delay the process more because then I have to go down there, mine it myself, and that gets tedious.
What kind of metal do you need?
Really, gold, silver, platinum, mithril, anything in that vein would be great. The more precious the metal, the better. I suppose, yeah, that's most. I'm also going to need some a few other things, some wood if you have any, preferably something a bit lighter. If you come across any gemstone deposits, that would also, I don't know if you've encountered anything that's not the wish stones, like a sapphire, looking for something like that. What else? Law goes back in their notebook and tries to remember everything else that they were planning on making.
I'm gonna have you roll a persuasion check.
Yeah, it's just like gives a grocery list. Like, here's what I'm looking for. Persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is probably overkill if I use my second my second charm of the monarch to do this. So I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm going to just use guidance and a persuasion. Okay. Plus guidance. Okay. Hell, I'll throw in a student die. What are those again? Those
D4.
D4s.
D4s.
Hey, y'all remember we have student
Don't
dice?
forget about your student die. They're a renewable resource.
That's 21.
Okay. Yeah, they go along with it. There are 4 of them that will, while you're working on these, go down and see what they can dig out. I am going to have them roll.
Okay.
And you have a set of stacked DCs, and the better they roll, the better the stuff they bring you.
Okay. Can I help them in any way?
If there's anything you can do, you can give them before they go.
I mean, I think Law gives them, the list, tells them what they're looking for, tries to give them as much direction as possible. We'll also send Dutch with them.
Okay.
I think to assist there. Dutch is a little bigger, might be able to help.
Okay.
I mean, I'd guidance them, but that only lasts for like a minute, so I don't know if that would really
It's
help.
not long enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything else really.
they take off with Dutch down into the mine. They are gone for a couple of hours. About the time you are finishing up with the suits, they come back and they have hitched one of their carts to Dutch, who is pulling
a
it,
cart.
who is
I love it.
pulling it, and a couple of them are sort of like riding like on top of Dutch's head, and a couple of the others are sort of like hanging off the cart. And because they rolled a natural 20. They bring you
Love
back
these
all
little
kinds of
guys.
great shit. All kinds of great shit. I gave them a little bit of help because Dutch was with them, but they did that all on their own for the most part.
I'm going to put fuzzy dice in all of your consoles.
Yay! Yeah, they bring you back some really good shit.
I'm so
A
happy.
bicycle bell on one of them.
Yeah.
Ding!
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
You've saved me so much time.
You're welcome.
All right, now to get to work.
All right. Do you have spells you're gonna spend on this, or is this all artificing? Just artificing.
It's mostly artificing. I will do an enhance ability on myself to help with that.
Have you roll with your tinker tools?
I'll give myself Fox's Cunning.
At some point in this long, arduous process of making all of these things, Sereia has absolutely just tucked herself into a corner wrapped in blanket. It's just like asleep now.
Taking a nap.
She's just like found a weird little corner in like a really weird position and is just like
about the
curled up in
point
a blanket. Like
where Law's been working for 3 hours and is like, okay, now the time to get to work. And Sarah's like, oh god, okay, this is gonna be a while.
He just drops a daylight and
just
then
takes
just
a
walks
nap.
away.
Yeah, just takes a nap.
Do you want me to do 4 checks or just 1 check?
Yes, so here's what I'm gonna do. I have a DC for these. I'm gonna have you do a check for each item.
Okay.
You're going to be able to make them. That's not what is on the table, is how much this takes out of you. So I have a DC for each item. If you can meet that DC with using your Tinker's tools, you will not gain a level of exhaustion because you're doing this so quickly.
Okay. All right. First one with advantage.
Okay.
22.
Okay.
Second one. Let me just keep going.
Yeah, just keep going.
28.
Okay.
Third one. 23.
Okay.
Fourth one. 17.
Okay. The DC was 20.
Okay.
So 1 level of exhaustion.
You know what? I'll take it.
But just the one.
That feels very fair.
Just the one. Because you rolled really well. And a couple hours later, completely beat, burned out, magical resources drained.
If I'd failed all of these and gotten 5 levels of exhaustion, been like near death, that would have been
Just fucking die.
Could have happened.
Law just dies.
100% could've
Finishes the
happened.
last one. Is like, my work is done. Law just
perishes.
takes off.
That's why I told you up front what the consequence was going to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got a level of exhaustion, which I believe is the one that gives you disadvantage on.
Yeah, which
Attacks
luckily
and
was on the
stuff.
last one, so that.
Yes. Yeah, I was keeping track. So you would have had disadvantage, but pretty good overall. And in front of you, a couple hours later, on this workbench, you have 4 magical items created through your own gumption and the power that's just stored in these malignant wish stones that no one's doing anything with.
Does it feel like the items are malignant now
No.
too? Like, do I need to put warning labels on them? Okay, cool. All right.
How do these red buttons notes end up on every single one of these items.
With Officer General's warning, if using said item.
Do not use while pregnant or if you think you may become pregnant. Keep out of the reach of children.
Don't operate in a bathtub.
All right.
If you have
Well,
been drinking
we'll.
or using mind-altering drugs, do not operate heavy machinery.
Well,
You're not allowed to use the magic items if you've been drinking.
Oh, damn.
fuck.
When can we use them
Well,
now?
Yeah.
Willoughby is fine.
Willoughby's great.
The rest of you fucks,
I'm the DD.
Willoughby is the
I am
Yeah.
just imagining Willoughby driving your 4 drunk asses home on the carpet is so funny to
You
me.
know it's happened.
It's
You know what
definitely
happened.
happened.
100%.
It's definitely
We had a whole
happened.
side quest about a pub.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Yeah.
pub that crawls. That's
Mhm.
absolutely happened.
Yep.
Law, you've
Yeah,
done it, and you've not perished in the process.
Oh, I'm so happy. Law's so content, like finishes the last one, polishes a few things, stretches, sees Sereia sleeping in the corner, is thankful for that, packages these all up and sets them in their bag for later.
As you
Uh,
do so, you do hear sort of quiet footsteps coming down into the grotto, and you see Molliver kind of peek their head in, look at you, see Sereia is asleep, walk in the room, and they're just carrying a couple of things like this tray, essentially, and like a jug. I'm sorry if I'm interrupting. I thought you guys might be hungry.
Oh no, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just finishing up here.
They set the tray down. It's like these little finger sandwiches that somebody has made. They're so small. They're so little. There's a whole tray of them, like a whole like human-sized tray, but they're like, yeah, they're just it's
Amuse bouche size
it's
sandwiches.
full of like
Like
200
petty four sandwiches.
like inch-long sandwiches, and a jug that they set down. And then another one, there's like a water skin as well that they'll set there, and they just kind of point at the jug. It's like, be careful with that.
Careful.
The little guys, I mean, they know how to throw a party. Just,
Oh.
Oh.
go slow on that one. It's good.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure you guys were okay down here. And since she's asleep and not gonna try to stab me when I walk out the door,
Well, I appreciate it. Got everything done. I mean, it didn't take that long. That's been like 30 minutes, right?
it's been about 5 hours.
Shit.
Pretty incredible, though.
Yeah, there's just a lot. The 4 mechs all have like tarps over them. They're just like ominously in the corner. Well, all right. Once everybody gets back, we can do the grand reveal. But I'm gonna wake her up. So yeah, you should probably leave before.
Yeah, do me a favor. The bridge test thing. It wasn't my idea. It's Obud's thing,
Right.
and I didn't realize she'd get as mad as she did. So just
I didn't realize she was capable of getting as mad as she did.
it just tell her I'm sorry. It wasn't meant to be malicious. Just
I'll do that. Speaking of which, might go a long way. Can I ask you a favor?
yeah, sure.
Do you? I asked a few other people about this, but is there a place down here where y'all go to like relax or something that's not like a little less cave-like?
I mean, it's all cave-like. There is a lake. It's barely big enough to be a lake, but
That could work. How do we get there?
they will sort of point you down down a couple of tunnels and like off. There's a branching spot where like the Brigandox had gone farther down, and then off to, we'll say, the right hand side to go down further into the mine. There is a branching path that goes off to the left instead. That you can hear, like if you get a little closer, you can kind of hear like running water.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. Wait till they leave.
Take a break. It'll do you some good.
I will. Go over and nudge Sereia awake.
What?
I'm all done.
Oh, that took 14 years.
Apparently it's been 5 hours. I'm sorry, I thought that was...
That's all?
I'm really sorry.
No, it's fine. I just didn't realize that it would feel like longer here.
Well, I thought it'd be nice to take a break for a bit. The others aren't back yet. I don't know how much longer
They're
going
not?
to be. No. But I imagine
Damn
it'll be
it,
back.
Damian.
What?
So we were at the Wayward Pool. I intercepted Damian thinking about sneaking off to go chase that dragon thing,
The Jabberwocky?
that whatever that thing, the big footprint thing. And he promised that he wouldn't go alone. He is not alone.
You think that he convinced Giselle and Willoughby to go look
Okay.
for it?
Well,
Dragon?
Willoughby wouldn't be hard to convince to go on an adventure.
All right, that's fair.
And if Giselle gets to be in charge, she'll go
Also-
too.
Also fair. If it's a dragon, there might be treasure. And
She is who she is.
you really think that they're stupid enough to go looking for a dragon without us?
This is what our friends think of us. Let's clear the air right here. This is what our friends think of us.
Yeah.
Giselle, bossy, like shiny things. That's it. That's the personality. That's it.
I mean, I don't think it would be stupid of them to go off. They're very capable people, but I think the temptation, like Giselle would go to keep Damian and Willoughby in line, and Willoughby and Damian would just be excited to go.
It's fair.
So I think there's a good
Smash
possibility.
cut to the carpet where Giselle is driving and Willoughby and Damian are just bouncing up and down.
They're in that like Saturday Night Live skit where they're just like in the back, just
Blasting music out of a boombox.
But it
Where
looks
it came
even more
from,
awkward
nobody
because
knows.
Willoughby's like a tiny little spherical owl.
yeah, he's just rolling to the side. Well, they wouldn't like provoke a dragon or something, right? They'd be diplomatic and
Oh, I'm sure, but
Smash cut to us
not
throwing things at the dragon.
not all dragons want to, hang out with. We got really lucky with that one at
Yeah, we
that
did.
bar.
that was a tiny dragon.
It was very tiny. This doesn't seem tiny, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried. But
Well, I am tapped on spells, so I can't message them. But
I couldn't do that anyway.
Oh no, cell phone dead.
I suppose if they're not back by tomorrow, I can send them a message. In the meantime, I suppose if you want to hang out and, go do something to relax. Oh,
Yep.
the Brigand Rocks made us food.
Oh my god, those are the cutest sandwiches I've
They're-
ever seen.
So tiny. I feel like I should get some chopsticks or something, or tweezers to eat these with.
Who eats with tweezers, though?
Sometimes when I forget silverware, but I have food, and it's actually very convenient to eat noodles using tweezers.
I'm gonna skip that in my utensils, I think.
It's much better than eating with a wrench. I'll tell you that. If I had to choose between the two.
Let's go.
But I heard about the spot that might be nice for us to go eat at.
Okay. Anywhere that's not this workshop, it smells like oil. And is that sulfur?
Yeah, sulfur.
Okay. You take your snacks and the water skin in the jug and head down and around into this cavern. You walk for a bit. It's not too far. A little bit farther down into the mine, and it opens up into another one of these grottos. There's sort of stalactites and stalagmites around the edge, but as you get closer, Sereia, you can definitely hear it as you get closer. You hear what sounds like the lapping of water on stone. And as you come in here, it opens up a little bit into essentially what's a little grotto taken up most of the way by a little underground lake.
Ta-da.
They're really holding out on us with the rest of this place.
Apparently, but Molliver told me about this place. They seemed apologetic for what happened at the bridge. Said it wasn't their idea, and they were sorry that it upset you.
Look, I've had 3 semi-recent experiences in caves, not including Stephen on Winna's Island, and all of them have been negative. I'm allowed to be a little defensive
Of course.
on cave experiences.
And told them that there's a lot going on, and that this would go a long way. The food, everything.
It helps.
So we can have a
Just has the wine jug.
They said to go slow on that, just by the way.
Don't tell me what to do.
Yes, ma'am. So I figure we can have a positive cave experience. Sort of balance things out, maybe.
Well, this is the nicest cave I've been in. This portion, not like the rest of it. Sits down with tiny sandwiches and the jug of wine, eventually passing it to them as well.
Surprisingly good. A little earthy. Sit by the lake, eat tiny sandwiches.
and
Drink wine?
refuse to sleep anywhere else.
All right. Anything else?
Eventually, like, Law needs to clean off. Law is going to go for a swim, and if Sereia wants to, she can too. But it's
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, the water is clear and it is clean and it is freezing.
Lovely.
It's cold. Somewhere from outside is feeding into this lake because the water is it does have some kind of movement to it, just kind of like lap up on a shore a little bit. And it's clear and clean and cold. And you guys have a nice time. And you relax. And we are gonna go ahead and take our break there before the reunification of the party. Hopefully, we'll see. thanks everybody for hanging out with us so far. I hope you guys are having a good time. I know I am. We will be back in just a short few minutes, so stick around to see what happens next. And welcome back, Internet. Thanks for hanging out with us during our break. We are refreshed and ready to continue. So, we are going to kick it back to Carpet Crew. You guys are sort of flying, doing a flyover, doing a zoom over of Yawn. Let's see. That's fun. Are you looking for anything in particular, or is this just sort of a general let's see what's what?
Definitely. I'm looking for anything particular, like dragon nests. We're using my experience, like looking for dragon nests and everything.
Okay.
Like
I'm
normal
listening
stuff.
to my patron, and I'm looking for beacons.
Okay.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah, specifically for me, I want to see like if there's any discernible like contact point that the lightning hits on Motherhorn.
Okay. Gotcha. I'm gonna have y'all make a roll. It can be... let's see. We can do perception. You can do survival. You can argue for something else, but those are the two that come to mind.
I'm going to do
Yeah.
I
survival.
really think this is a matter of performance.
I think it's a
Advantage on
performance.
perception, don't
It's
you?
how well you're performing
I'm
at
just-
receiving.
Yeah.
Fucking around.
Oh, I got a 27.
Okay.
Damn, I got a 24.
Okay.
My survival's
But go
plus
off.
9. Well, my survival's plus 9. I rarely ever get to make a survival.
My perception's a +6, but okay, go off.
That's aggressive, Giselle. How dare you roll higher than me?
How dare you? How dare you in a meta format do something better than I did? How dare you?
Ruled.
I'm supposed to be in charge.
God, my dice is broken today. That's
no.
a 17.
Okay. Yeah, so let's I'll start with Willoughby because you all are gonna see something. Yeah, so you're looking specifically at these big lightning rods. And you can tell again it's been a while. They discharge every hour. And you would be able to see that from up here. So when the lightning rods have all built up enough to discharge, basically once an hour, you see them start to glow again, and then when they discharge the lightning, it sort of sends it across Yawn through the other lightning rods, and then they all... I'll wait. You good?
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah, no, you're fine. I didn't want you to
yeah.
miss anything. So you see the lightning rods discharge essentially across Yawn, and what they do is they start from one side, essentially like the southernmost edge, and about once an hour they discharge the lightning that they've stored up through the other rods, and so it sort of like dots across the landscape. But it all culminates. If you're looking for like that culmination point, it all culminates on what you can see from this height. Are several smaller lightning rods that are on top of the spires of Motherhorn. So it's basically discharging them directly into these rods that are attached to the castle. Is where it's all going.
Okay. That's interesting. That looks like it could be like maybe
Like a
I don't know,
battery?
like a generator or something.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's collecting the energy for whatever
Mhm.
they're powering it up for.
What do you call that? A beacon, though?
I think I took more the beacons as the towers themselves.
That's what I was
But-
thinking.
It's also possible that it's like we'll know it when we see it, you know? Like maybe we haven't encountered the beacons yet, but then it'll happen, and then
Yeah.
you'll be like, "Oh, the beacons!"
That was a pretty good impression.
That's a really good impression of Giselle.
Thank you.
Wow.
I am
I'm
Kuko
impressed.
Vaya.
Oh, that's really good.
That's really good, Coco
Yeah.
Maya.
I do
Like,
pretty.
that was because you just see now I have
That was
an echo.
really- yeah.
I love it.
All right. Damian,
Hmm.
you are keeping an eye out for obviously anything dragon related. From this height, you don't see any other like tracks or anything like that. There are a couple of places where in these crags or these peaks of this mountain that kind of dot the landscape are cracked or broken off, like something impacted them. Might be a dragon, could have been some really nasty lightning, or something else that lives here. You do see, as you guys head north, you're heading towards that like large, you guys can see it on the map and you can see it at this distance, sort of a large lake that is in kind of the very center of Yon, that's surrounded by these stone spires. You do see nearby to those in one of the mountainside, there are a couple of what look like nests. They are not big enough to be dragon nests, but there definitely are some flying creatures that live here.
I want to check out the nest if I can.
Okay. You can fly closer to them. I mean, they're large. Definitely made by some very large flying creature. They're mostly constructed of it is a lot of stone actually, and then any kind of like little kindling and like pieces of like that these creatures could forage in this landscape. There's nothing in them currently. It's like a giant bird nest.
This is like a regular big old nest. Nothing
Yeah, I don't
dragon
think-
here.
Yeah.
But I think if we're definitely gonna find any kind of stuff on Jabberwock is if we, well, go to the castle.
And tell me if this doesn't make sense, but I feel like going all the way to Sibylna's castle is like leaving an area that you can't go back to, like, you know, like your save game, you
yeah,
know, like you
yeah.
probably need to finish some things up first before you keep going, you know.
Yeah, I feel like if we go to Zybill's castle, there's no going back. Well, we should
So
definitely.
maybe we go
report-
meet up with
Yeah,
everybody.
let's go report the stuff we got to the others.
Yeah.
Okay. You continue to do a little bit of a flyover, and as you get close to this this lake with these spires around it, Giselle, as you rolled a 24, you sort of look down over as you fly, and again, this lake it's not massive. But it is bigger than the other small one that is sort of down by the henge. And as you get closer, you start to see smoke coming from one of these spires. Again, they're hundreds of feet tall. And you see atop one of them, there are, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 8 of them, I think. There's 8 of them. Much like the standing stones on the henge, but again, they're these tall, sort of rounded spires, and you can see even from this distance they're almost flat on top. There's like a little bit of a bowl situation kind of going, so like they dip a little bit, they're a little bit concave, but they're mostly flat and they have this edge around them. And when you see smoke, and then you see this burst of flame. As something atop the spire is lit. And then you also see a figure, some kind of humanoid figure, rushing down and sort of around the outside of the spire. And you look and you can see there are these like small stone stairs that are looping around the outside of this spire and going to the ground, and you see this figure holding a torch, sort of making their way down very quickly down these stairs and toward the edge of this lake.
The Leonardo DiCaprio and Wolf of Wall Street. Huh? Hey, beacon! They lit the beacon. Hey, you!
You start yelling, and you see this figure sort of looking around and looking up, and he looks in your direction, and then you hear this screeching sound and the flapping of wings as
shit.
coming out from the side of one of these mountains, two massive antlered birds.
Excuse me?
Much bigger than you. Huge black feathered wings, antlers coming outside their heads, and they flap their way over towards this fire. And you hear, carried on the wind, what almost sounds like laughter as they beat their wings and the fire goes out. And then they sort of take a turn and head back and kind of perch nearby on one of these mountain crags. And then you just, carried on the wind from down below, you just hear a string of curses.
We're
We
missing some context.
we should go.
I
We should
think.
go talk to them.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Keeping an eye on the very big antlered birds with antlers.
Yeah,
Got it.
See picture?
Yes.
Yeah. Was those the nests that I
I
saw?
think I know what
the
these
Little
are.
curious. Little curious.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what these things are.
And they scare me.
Yeah.
Yes, they are huge birds. They're kind of built like big birds of
Linebackers?
prey. Black feathers, long, pointed, kind of hangover beaks, and antlers.
Wow.
Oh!
No, that's not what I thought.
Oh, that is frightening. They have goat eyes. That's
They do have goat eyes.
oh boy.
And- And like bear noses, but also not bear noses.
Yeah, they have like deer noses sitting right on top
Of
of
the beak.
of the beak.
Of a
and
beak.
That is wild to look at.
I guess you guys could make a check to see if you know what these are.
I would definitely make a check if I could.
We call it either nature or arcana would do it.
Okay.
As the two kind of perch on a nearby
Uh,
crag, and you hear this like cackling sound. They're almost sitting there like laughing and like
No.
shouldering each other.
17.
Okay,
9.
you have no idea. He's a skelly.
The other scary. I don't like.
Willoughby, you want to take a stab at it? Nope.
As soon as I'm done dropping my dice, I swear to God, that is like literally the 5th 2 I've rolled today.
Oh
No.
Oh goodness. Damian, did you
Nature?
I made it
or
17.
arcana?
Oh, or Arcana. Either way, it's a not nat 1.
Which one did you roll, Wally?
It's for nature.
Okay. I think you have an idea of what these things are. You're not super familiar with them, because they are not not natural creatures. But they are creatures, you know what those are. These are peritons, which are
Okay.
monstrosities. They are monstrous carnivores. They have these sort of like, again, these bizarre, like, the body and wings of a bird of prey and the head of a stag, but they also have a beak. It's very strange. They are carnivores. They prefer to, well, you know this because they exist in the Feywild. They prefer to eat humanoids, especially elves. And
boy.
when they catch a humanoid they want to eat, you've probably seen this happen in the wild. They pin it down, they rip out its heart, and they take it back to their nest to eat it.
I fill that in with everyone about that. Like, those things are really scary. Like
Those
straight
things
up.
are metal as fuck.
It's
they're really
thought that the
cool.
first paratins are actually like cursed humanoids, and that they've just continued to reproduce somehow this way.
I mean, they're really cool to look at, but they're super scary. They're like if someone took a goose and made it 10 times huge.
Do we want to go talk to the person down there?
Yeah,
I'm a
we
little
should go
worried
talk.
for them
Yeah,
if these
me
things
too.
like
Yeah.
eat people.
Yeah. Let's go talk to them.
Okay.
Okay, but you both have to promise to be on the lookout for something that wants to eat me because I have a really bad habit of getting eaten.
Yeah, that's the downside with your cuteness.
Well, but why don't you
Willoughby.
get in my purse for right now?
Okay. Wee.
Okay.
Poor Willoughby always getting eaten.
Yeah.
It does happen a lot.
It's
'cause
just the
Willoughby-
cost of doing business when you're killing
More
people
often than
underfoot.
I mean, look at
Can
that
I say?
tasty snack. Of course, people will just
Adorable.
want to nom nom nom.
Yeah,
of
just wanna-
course.
you look cute and adorable, and that comes with also being tasty.
All right, you take the carpet down towards the lake, and you see an elven man down here. He sees you. He can't hide. He sees you coming, and he is currently sitting on the edge of what looks like it's like a rowboat that he has on the shore of this lake. He's kind of sitting on the edge of it, trying to relight the torch that he has. He's very tall, sort of very long, pointed ears, kind of pale skin, blonde hair kind of pushed back that was once probably perfectly coiffed, clothes entirely too nice to be here. He looks extremely out of place in this landscape, and he's trying to light the torch. So, God damn it, all these fucking birds. Oh, hello. And he just keeps going.
Hi. Do you need assistance?
Honestly, I don't know if there's any assistance anyone can give me, but thank you for offering.
Are you sure? It looks like you need to make fire up on that thing up there.
Would love to do that, but these blasted... You saw them, right? They're mocking me.
It was a dick move.
They're
yes.
mocking
Yeah.
me.
They kind of are making fun of you.
So what is the fire up there for?
Trying to light the beacons to find my way home. I would very much like to no longer be in this horrible hellscape, and I was told the beacons will show me the way home.
Who told you that?
Well, Endelyn, strictly speaking.
Oh.
Moongrave, I assume. Based on that reaction, you know her.
Yeah, we're familiar with her.
We're not on friendly terms.
Oh, good. Neither are we.
Okay.
Right, so I'm going to continue on trying to light this blasted thing.
Right, sorry. I got lost in thought there for a moment.
Where are you from originally before you got here?
Toril. Sword Coast.
Oh, you're from
we
where
have a
we're
friend from there.
Yeah.
Right. What are you doing here anyway? You don't look like the the denizens of this plane.
No,
Oh,
we're not local.
We're way out of town. We're just here to, punch a hag in the schnoz.
Great. Well, you have fun with that. Don't die. Continues trying to light the torch.
May I make a recommendation? Do you have to light all of them?
Yes.
Okay.
At least I think so.
And there's 8 of them around here?
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. I have some thoughts.
Honestly, I'd love to hear them. Oh, where are my
Okay.
manners? He sets the torch and the flint and everything aside, and he stands. He gives this very nice bow. Aligarthus, at your service. Prince Aligarthus, technically, not that that matters here.
Oh, we know a monarch also.
Actually, a fair few at this point.
Mhm.
Good for you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Your Majesty, I'm Giselle. This is Willoughby. Oh, this is Willoughby, and that's Damian.
A pleasure to meet all of you, and a real pleasure to meet someone who stands on two legs and looks vaguely humanoid. This place is a nightmare.
I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. You need to light these babies on fire all at the same time before those dickheads blow out your fire.
Exactly.
Got it.
If you have
Okay.
something for that, I'd be ever so grateful.
Well, I could make a very large fireball, but my only concern is that it would break all the beacons instead of setting them on fire.
I mean, I suppose it depends on what it's made of. They are stone.
Fair. I mean, I can give that a shot, which is a ripper. I also have like a little flame sphere thing that maybe I could like float around a couple of times. But if you just want to do it, let's do it. Let's just
Yeah, I
light
could-
this shit on fire, sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at lighting stuff on
Great.
fire, so why
Excellent.
don't we all work together? Will,
Alright.
do you have any way to light stuff on fire?
I do have a searing smite. I don't think I prepared that today.
I have some extra torches.
Well, then I
Um,
do have a way to do it.
How close are all of the
Yeah.
things to each other?
Ooh,
Like, how many
that's-
charges of my staff am I gonna have to use right
So the
now?
columns are. All right, where's my little paragraph of measurements? There you go. So the lake is
Paragraph of
400 feet
measurements.
across.
Woof. Okay.
Each of the beacons are 200 feet tall, and they are they're sort of they ring around this lake. They are 150 feet apart.
Woof.
Okay.
Okay. So even doing a fireball, I'm only gonna get one of these.
Mhm. Yeah, they're big.
Even doing.
And we also have to worry about those things coming after us as soon as we light them.
Well, I could be
So-
on patrol for them.
While the rest of us run around and make fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Having a few extra set of hands is really going to make a difference.
Okay. I've got a few up. Oh! Oh, I could also make a I could make a fire elemental.
Oh.
Who are you people?
Oh, we're just some students.
Students
Yeah.
of what school?
Oh, Strixhaven.
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 Yeah.
Ah, that does put something in perspective.
It's our second semester, you
Yeah.
know.
Right. Okay. Well, I am not in a position to really question it.
Okay. So I could make an elemental, and that gives us an extra person who's literally made of fire to run around and make fire.
Okay.
Then I'll fly between the pillars and light them up.
You can fly.
Yeah.
To the world. All right. I suppose let's give it a go. Go team and all that.
Right, go team. Puts his hands in the middle.
I don't know what you're doing.
You put your hand on top of mine.
Why?
1, 2, 3. Go team.
Go team!
Go team.
Go team. All right. I see. Excellent. Go team. Well,
Looking to see if fire elementals can fly. Pulling
I
up their
I
stats.
think they can.
I don't think so either, so I'm just checking. But yes, I'm going to make a fire element.
Fire elemental.
Susceptible to water.
I know they have the squeezing thing.
Yes.
No, they cannot fly.
They cannot fly. Okay. So he'll have to move around on his own, but...
Okay. You give it a try?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll summon him like on one of the pillars. That way he doesn't burn through the carpet. And then just tell him to start like moving down and around to the next pillars.
Okay. He can certainly do that. So, fire elemental atop one of the beacons. Damian flying up to another. Aligarthus hands you a torch, Willoughby. Best of luck. You're very small. Please don't get struck by lightning. I would feel very bad.
I'll try not to. So far, that hasn't happened.
Well, fingers crossed. And away we go. So, that gives you... And Giselle, are you going to be going up to one as well?
Yes. I also had another question.
Okay.
How lined up are these things?
They're in a ring, so not really.
Shit. Never
You
mind.
could like sit on the carpet and shoot if you have a fire.
No, I don't have enough of those. No, if they were in a line, I was gonna try to light a bunch of shit on fire with a lightning bolt.
Okay, so with this plan, 1, 2, 3, you can light 5 of them at the same time.
Okay.
Sweet.
There are 8 total.
Okay. And then we can maybe move to the next one and
Yeah.
do more fire.
You can try. So,
Okay.
the 3 of you, Prince Aligarthus and the Fire Elemental, all head up to a beacon on somebody's call. You light them, and they do have these copper braziers that are sitting atop of them. You just can't see them from far away. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the beacons are lit. Who is going to try to light the other 3?
I'm gonna try to light one of them, one of the other 3.
Fireball is also 150-foot range, so from where I'm at, I can do the next
You can
one
do the next
over
one.
to me and light that as well.
Okay. So Giselle, that'll be
I'm on
6.
scary thing duty.
Willoughby, you're watching for the Puritans. Damian, I'm going to have you make an athletics check to be able to get there fast enough.
Ooh, that is a 15.
Okay. I'm going to have them roll as 2 of the Puritans. Willoughby, you see them begin to swoop down. Because you are playing defense, I'm going to have them roll with disadvantage. That one rolled like shit.
Hee hee.
Oh, that's a 2. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Okay, so yeah.
They caught my 2.
Yeah, you gave him a 2. So Willoughby, as Damian zooms across to one of the next beacons, and Giselle just lights up a fireball on top of one of these. You intercept these 2 much bigger than you birds. How you distract these birds? Because you do it.
I think I manifest my echo and just sort of start like it can't go too far from me, but like just sort of like, hey, I'm over here, now I'm over here, now I'm over here. And I think if you'll allow it, I will light the torch and then I will swap places with my echo, like taking the torch with me basically, which I think actually I can do. And it's just like, ooh, I'm gonna light a thing. Oh, no, I'm over here now. I'm gonna light this thing.
Yes, you sufficiently confuse them. So they are too focused on you. That was 6, Damian. That will be 7. There's 1 left.
Can I jump on the carpet and then fly close enough to the 150-foot range to drop another fireball? I'm going to need to sleep and recharge this staff.
You certainly can. I am gonna have you make a check. Since you're piloting the carpet, this could be athletics or acrobatics.
We'll go with acrobatics.
And Willoughby, you're staying in defense mode.
Mm-hmm.
It was a natural 18 plus 8 is a 26.
That one is definitely not enough, and that's a natural one. But Willoughby, running defense and using the echoes again to kind of keep the Peritons busy. Giselle, you hop on the carpet and zoom just close enough to let out that final fireball. And as you light the final beacon, the fire on all 8 of them, shoots up into the sky, meeting at a point in between all of them, and this ball of light plummets down right past you, Giselle, into the water. It doesn't splash, it hits the surface, and it starts to spread out on the surface of the lake until all of you from up here can look down, and the surface of the water goes still. And it becomes almost like mirrored, and then it starts to waver a little bit, and you see essentially through this water to the other side where you see a forest. And you hear this whoo! This very excited whoop from Alagarthus as you all reconvene. The birds, Willoughby, finally realizing they have been defeated. One of them shoulder checks you on its way out.
Jerk.
But they fly off back towards their nests, and you see Alagarthus kind of standing at the edge of the lake, looking down into it.
Is that your home?
It's pretty close. I can't believe that worked.
We're pretty good at coming up with weird solutions to problems that end up working a lot, you know?
What makes the dream work? Teamwork.
It's not my house, but it's the Misty Forest. I'll take it.
Okay.
I don't know how to repay you.
Oh, you really don't ask for anything, but
Can you help me with a problem I've been having with a friend of mine for a while?
Possibly? What's the problem?
Give me a title.
A title?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Doesn't have to actually be an important one. You said you're a prince, right? So
yeah.
give me a title.
I can technically do that. I suppose the Western Misty Forest technically don't have anyone currently.
Four sounds good. Four sounds great.
About Giselle, Duchess of the Western Misty Forest.
Giselle, Duchess of the Western Misty Forest.
Oh, right.
It's perfect.
He pulls out this ornamental blade and just kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and there we go. And that's all it takes.
Okay. Do you mind if we just like write it down so I have proof? You know, I have witnesses, so
yeah, I'll
we all sign as witnesses.
I'll sign
you know?
something.
Great.
And if you ever find yourself in my homeland, obviously, you're welcome.
Great. Thank you so much. And then initial here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm. Yeah, and then there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then final initials down there.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then Willoughby and Damian, you just sign that you witnessed on today's date. Mm-hmm. And an initial here.
Got it. Okay.
Thank you. Rolls it up.
No, thank you. Well, it's been a real pleasure knowing all of you, and if I ever see you again, hopefully it's somewhere nicer than this.
I hope
Willoughby?
so too. Get home safe, okay?
I hope you get home safe.
Duchess. Here we go. And he just takes a flying leap into the water, splashes through, and you can see that it ripples out, and then it comes to stillness again, and you can see him again. It's strange because you're kind of looking down in it, so the ground is going this way, but you see him walk away, And after a few more seconds, the image fades and it becomes water again.
I wonder how this is going to affect us down the road.
No, we know how to get to the castle now. We can go to her palace now. We just have to light the fire, and then we have to concentrate on we want to go to her palace. These are the hints.
Oh,
He was telling the truth.
oh.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, definitely we got to tell the others about this.
Holy shit, like it's been 8 hours. We should go.
Oh, yeah, we should really go back.
We've had a heck of a day.
We did.
All right.
Yeah, and the chords are like waiting. You know, it's like a very tense,
that
like,
too,
you know,
yeah.
ceasefire
Mhm,
situation. We should
mhm.
probably get back
Yeah,
in.
we should
Sorry,
get
guys. It took a little while.
The image in the water fades and the beacons go out one by one as it begins to rain again. You hop onto the carpet and head back to Briganock Mine. Anything else in the mine before your friends get back? Law and Sereia.
I just arrive anything because I want to.
No, she's just, I mean, just swimming and enjoying a not so cave like cave. Teeny tiny sandwiches.
Yeah, all the teeny tiny sandwiches. How strong is this alcohol?
Oh yeah, should probably ask.
How
How drunk are we right now?
much of it did you drink?
Probably
Ooh.
too much.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna.
gonna have you
go
both make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh great.
You
You're
know
one to
things.
fail a save,
You
you
know
know
things in
that.
this cave can put you to sleep. Why have you done this?
I don't have disadvantage on
15.
saves, do I?
I don't know. You're exhausted. You have whatever exhaustion gives you.
I'm checking.
Sorry, Rachel.
I
what
don't
did you
think
roll?
it goes towards
Ability-
saving
ability
throws.
checks,
It's just ability
yeah.
checks, yeah.
Well, that's a 26.
Okay. Yes, you both succeed. Sereia barely. So you are not completely knocked on your ass. But it's strong. It is 1 cup and you feel that shit strong. Like these little guys are probably drinking it out of thimbles and just getting like really
Lit.
fucked up.
Blasted.
Just absolutely blasted.
That's like a 10.5 ABV, friends. Like
Yeah.
that's one of those that like you
Oh,
get
yeah.
a little snifter of.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Law is
You That's the stuff
Law-
that creeps up on you.
Law is out of the water, like drying off their leg thoroughly to make sure it doesn't rust, and drink it on their second cup of the this and say,
Briganock
really-
wine.
Briganock wine. We really need the
Briganock wine.
party.
That's
Damn
not
it,
in
I
the book.
just-
That one's me.
That one's on me.
Good job. We really need to party with these guys sometime.
So it's just like still floating out in the water on her back.
Soraya, you alive out there?
Yep. That's some strong wine.
That it is. Hey, if you're planning on getting out at any point, I have something for you.
She just you see like there's like a splash. Presents? Starts
can say
swimming. Starts swimming to shore.
So let's start fiddling around at the back. So I made something for everyone, but I figured I would give you yours first,
Well, I am the only one here.
and so you get.
Pours in the cup of wine.
You're sassy today.
Well, I've been in the cave for I don't even know how many hours anymore.
I think it's close to 8 now. I'm really starting to worry about those people.
Those people are friends.
Those people. They're not my friends if they don't come back.
Wow, those people.
Wow.
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 You
Wow.
people.
Wow, Law. Wow.
Your loyalty runs deep, huh?
I'm just saying, if they're my friends, they would have come back sooner.
Well, to be fair, you've been a little bit distracted. You know, Nick's pretend tinkering motions with their hands.
Is that what you think I do?
Although I don't know what you do. I just know that it works.
Sometimes, yeah. And hopefully this one works. Here. and reaches in, pulls out like a small little, I think just as like wrapped it in a cloth, and hands it over to her.
Did Molliver put you up to this?
No.
Not trying to smooth things over anymore?
No.
Okay. She opens it.
Inside is a talisman that has a sapphire gemstone set in the center, which seems to ripple like water in the light.
This is beautiful.
Thank you. I don't do a lot of gem work, and so I was afraid that wouldn't turn out nice.
So it did. Well, what is it?
Oh, right. I have to explain these things.
Yeah,
This-
I just don't know these things like you do.
So I'm not great at naming things, but I named this one the Aqua Heart Shield. And Law goes into the description of
Yeah,
it.
tell us
I'm
what
not-
it does.
I'll say it. It says the Aqua Heart Shield. It's a wondrous item, rare, requires attunement by a water genasi. This talisman has a sapphire gemstone set in the center, which seems to ripple like water in the light. The talisman protects the wearer and grants them a +2 bonus to their AC so long as they wear it. Once per short rest, the wearer can activate the talisman as a bonus action, which causes the gemstone to liquefy and encase the wearer in a bubble of protective energy for 1 minute. While active, the wearer gains resistance to fire damage and 10 temporary hit points at the start of each of their turns. Once this feature is used, the wearer loses the bonus to their AC until the end of their next short rest.
Oh, Law Protect.
Law Protect.
Your water shield.
That's so cool.
I'll put this one in the chat for you.
When they explain it to her, she just like stops for a second, looks at it, looks at them. Oh, just throws her arms around them in a huge hug. That's so sweet.
I'm glad you like it. You've been very worried about almost dying several times, and I thought this might help.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Oh yeah. Just trying to forget about the note.
I'm going to frame the note, so I'll never forget about it.
Don't you dare. Very seriously.
We'll say around this time, your friends can make it back.
Or the chords here.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, it's been a bit. So I think you see Shale, you see Jagu, who is the Chalk Korid, who is normally with her, as he is her cousin. And just a couple of other just little guys.
Hi.
Hey guys.
Well, we came.
Thank you
Okay.
for that.
And we're glad you did.
Yeah.
So, what do you think would be best? Would you like us to have one of their representatives come out and have like a formal chat before we go inside? What is most respectful of your highness?
Well, I mean, I think as neutral as the ground can be. So we'll wait out here.
Okay. We'll be back.
All right. Head inside.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I'm a duchess now. Okay, bye.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's fun. They look a little confused, but let it go.
I feel it's hilarious that Giselle pretty much got the equivalent of that one YouTube commercial where you get like a plot of land in Scotland and they plan a trip.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
That's basically
I
I
what
own 2
100%.
feet of
did.
land in Scotland.
Yeah.
My own 2 feet in the motherland.
Also, I just
Uh,
had the realization, Van. I don't know if you did this on purpose, that now this fits in with the canon for our home D&D game that Giselle is in.
Oh my
That's why I
gosh.
picked it.
Duchess.
Yep.
That's incredible.
That's hilarious.
That was the first title I thought of, and I was like, oh, that's why.
That's why.
Because she's a duchess in that one.
That is so funny.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
It's all one big universe.
all comes in full circle.
GGK Cinematic Universe.
This is a
Yep.
prequel to our other game.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're all
Incredible.
reunited. Sereia
Hey guys,
now
we're
has
back.
a super legit necklace,
Oh
And
my
they're both
goodness.
very
goodness.
damp.
and they're wet.
Guys,
Why are you wet?
You guys go swimming without us.
Yes.
Uh,
Also, here, just hands the jug of wine.
Right. That stuff is strong.
Oh.
You'll
There's
be
a
fine.
lake. We
I'm
went
fine.
for a
You'll be
swim.
fine.
We'll
Drinks.
hold on for a moment just because we have a queen outside and she
Mhm.
would like to talk to the leader of our friends here so that we can like broker a negotiation, you know?
Oh,
Oh,
So maybe cow off a little more and get some coffee.
Giselle, you gotta tell them about your new title.
In due time, my friend. In due time.
Oh.
well, I had finished working on stuff, and I made everybody think we can wait on that, I guess.
presents.
Presents?
Oh.
I made a lot,
Well,
and I
that's-
made 6 mech suits for the.
Shh,
You
there
can
are
see
presents.
in the background like a whole horde of these Briganox like using this pulley system to like lift them up and put them down in the mine carts.
Wow.
That's impressive.
Do they look like little Willoughbys?
They're still wrapped in the tarps. They have not been revealed yet.
Okay.
It's just
Wow,
like
you've been-
ominously lumpy.
Yeah.
Been really busy.
Looks like they're
Law.
loading some bodies into the carts.
Yeah, I spent the first 3 hours working on those, and then I spent the rest working on the gifts, and then we went for a swim, and it was nice, and I'm very tired.
Oh, well, thank
Law
you for
looks
the
exhausted.
And a little
Literally.
buzzed.
Thank you for the gifts.
You're
Um,
very welcome.
Let's just get through making sure that people don't try to kill each other, and
Yeah.
can we do gifts after?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing a diplomacy.
Well, go say hi to them. I'm excited.
Okay. How do you want to approach this?
What's the name of the architect guy, the leader?
Oh, Obud,
Obud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the old man.
Can we tell Obud that we've got the queen outside and
They
she
want
wants
to
to talk?
discuss.
Yeah, you can. You know where his grotto is. He comes out of his little hut on the back of Keg the pony. I'm sorry, you gotta do what outside?
Her Majesty Queen of Slate and of Corrids is outside. She just wants to like chat if you're available.
You're joking. Did Oliver put you up to this?
Not a
Oh.
joke. We talked to her, and she seems very open to discussing sort of the situation around you all being forced to work for hags and things of that nature. So,
Why in
Yeah,
the
she wants
world
to
would she
talk.
do that?
because we asked her to, and I gave her a present.
Oh, I see. Yeah, what's a little bribery among friends? All right. But I'm not walking all the way out there.
Oh, okay.
You want me to carry you?
Damian will hold out his hand.
Excellent.
Oh.
Thank you, young man.
Puts him on his shoulder.
Wonderful. Let's get this show on the road, kids.
All right.
Do you take him out
Yeah.
to meet the Koreds? Molliver will go with you. Doesn't really say much, is just kind of observing, but is gonna go with you. Doesn't want anything bad to happen to Obud, so just kind of stands nearby, sort of in the cave, in the mouth of the cave, as Obud sort of Damian hops down and onto the ground and approaches the Koreds. Do you guys want to say anything?
Hi.
Yeah. Hi. These are our other friends.
How long
Sereia
have
and
you been
Law.
awake?
Very long
Well-
time.
All day.
Right.
So Your Majesty, this is all bad.
Your Majesty.
So I think there was just a bit of a miscommunication that kind of happened here. They're not working for her being Endolin because they want to. She sort of kidnapped people and is like forcing them into service and stuff. So just putting that out there to, consider.
Okay. And just for the record, neither are we working for her willingly.
Right.
Okay.
Since you're both on the same page, we were thinking just this one time you guys work together and help us stop her. Then after all this is done, you get to sort out whatever aggressions you have.
Have somebody roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh boy, that should be Giselle.
Problem.
Not the drunk one. I will not be speaking.
That's a natural 20. It was a 12 and a 20.
Both dice.
They hear you out.
It was? No, it was the green. It was
It
one of
was
the ones
the-
you gave me,
it
but it
was
was
the
the green, one of the green ones. It's like
Green.
the little teal guy.
Queen Argantel and Obud and the folks that are with them. Oliver is there. Jagu and a couple of the other Koreds. I almost said kobolds. They're not here. There are no kobolds here, as far as you know. The other Koreds, they listen, and they really do listen to sort of what you have to say, and take it to heart. And they Argantel and Obud kind of look at each other. They both nod. These kind of like determined looks on their faces. They don't look angry. It's just these are, I think you guys can tell, especially those of you with higher insight. These are two people who are just having a really hard time and are just doing their best to keep everybody they're in charge of safe. But there's not like a high level of like animosity between the two of them. They're just very defensive because they have to be. But they both nod, and Obud from down there says, "Well, I'll buy that for now. What do you say we get rid of that old hag, and then we can get our mining operation back up in order?" He holds out a hand, and Argantel kind of smirks a little bit. "All right, old man, you got yourself a deal." And they shake.
What?
I think we should celebrate with a drink.
Now that I like.
I love your hair, by the way.
Thank you.
What's the tensile strength of it? I'm curious how it all works. Do you know like the exact material composite of it? Like, what's the makeup of it? Like, is it iron? Is it steel? Is it like tempered?
It's mostly iron, actually.
Giselle puts a hand on Law's shoulder. Don't worry, Law. We'll have a long conversation about it.
Okay.
Right, well. Drinks?
Yes, please.
Right. The few Koreds are invited into Briganock Mine. You can sit and have a drink. And talk. And no one
Big ol'-
died.
Big old dance party.
Yeah.
Everybody's chill.
Yeah, what do you we're coming up on end time here. We've still got a few minutes, but what do you guys want to do?
All
Gifts,
right.
Gifts.
Yes,
Gifts.
we've had diplomacy. We've had the drink. You said presents.
Presents. Are the gifts are at hers.
Of course.
I have one for each of the rest of you. Chilly in here all of a sudden. I thought the water was cold. All right, here has wrapped them up to each of them hands. Willoughby, a rather large one, hands Giselle one that's a little bit smaller, and then Damian one just like kind of long, very thin one as well. All right, who's opening first?
Willoughby, go ahead.
Okay. Wee.
Open it up. There is a beautiful silver helm that has like a little bit of like feathering on this, like engraved into the side, kind of a little bit of like a beak motif on the front. And Law explains what it is. I'll just do out of character. This is the helm of the best boy. It's a wondrous item. Huh?
BOI.
It is now. Wondrous item requires attunement by a creature of good alignment. This
And you find
helm.
out Willoughby's actually been evil the whole time.
I've been playing the long con.
This helm radiates a pleasant aura, amplifying the best qualities of the wearer. At the end of a short or long rest, the wearer gains the benefit of the Sanctuary spell. So long as this effect is active, the wearer gains advantage on charisma persuasion checks. When the wearer makes an attack which ends the effect of the Sanctuary spell, if the target of the damage has dealt damage to an ally of the wearer within the last minute, the attack is made with advantage and deals an additional 2d8 radiant damage on a hit.
Help you hurt people who hurt
Don't
your
hurt
friends.
my friends.
I love it.
So you just get a permanent sanctuary after your rest that goes away. Obviously, goes away under normal conditions.
So
I
sweet.
do want
I'll put-
I do want everybody here and also at home to know I have approved these ahead of time.
Yeah.
I'm not being
I have
surprised.
one logistical question for our
Uh-huh.
GM.
Uh-huh.
I imagine it's heavy armor.
Ooh.
Am I still allowed to fly wearing it?
Yes, because it's just the helmet.
Cool.
And not the entire
I
set.
would still have to doff my armor. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
you can fly
I
with the
just
helmet.
double checked the language of flight, and it says I can't fly while wearing medium or heavy armor, but I figured
Yeah, if it helps.
because
it's
it's
armed.
not affecting your armor class.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll
it
allow
doesn't.
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll,
yeah. It doesn't.
Yeah, it's
not
just giving
technically armor.
the magic abilities. So since it's not adding to your armor class,
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Plus, it looks so cool.
And I'm gonna put these. I was actually thinking I might actually put them in the D&D Beyond as like homebrew items for Van to then
That would be great.
send to everyone.
Then I
so
can
that
add them
way-
to your sheets.
Nice.
Yeah.
Smart.
All right. Who's
For now, we'll
next?
post them in the chat.
Damian will open up his next.
All right.
He takes his time to slowly peel away paper. Gotta respect the wrapping process.
You unwrap a paintbrush. This is the paintbrush of endless imagination. It's a wondrous item, rare, requires attunement by a creature proficient with painter's supplies. A paintbrush fashioned from mithril and engraved with runes, tipped with the silvery white hair of a unicorn, which I imagine Law actually got from their unicorn friend before we left. This magical brush allows the wielder to manifest their drawings as illusions and physical objects and creatures. This brush has 10 charges, and the wielder can expend charges while painting with this brush to cast the following spells. Major Image is 3 charges, Hallucinatory Terrain is 4 charges, Summon Fey is 3 charges, and Summon Draconic Spirit is 5 charges. The brush regains 1d6 plus 4 charges daily at dawn, and if you expend the last charge, roll d20 on a 1, it breaks.
Damian stares at it all wide-eyed. And the first thing he does, he draws a butt that farts. And he paints his big butt on paints a butt on the floor and activates it so that it floats up off the ground and it floats over Law's head and it just farts and disappears.
I don't know why I expected anything else.
This is the greatest thing ever. Thank you, all.
You are very welcome.
Just goes about drawing butts. Just painting butts on the floor.
All right, Giselle.
Ollie opens.
So much
Expecting big
pettiness in this.
snakes to pop out or something.
And it's a rock. No. You see a beautiful, ornate crossbow, a hand crossbow. This is the Scoundrel's crossbow. It's a weapon, hand crossbow, rare, requires attunement by a rogue. This crossbow grants a +2 bonus to attack and damage rolls. When attuned, weapon magically produces ammunition. It does the same thing as the other one did, where it doesn't require to be reloaded. The crossbow has but additionally, this crossbow has a special compartment on the handle, which contains a 1-inch diameter magnetic steel orb. As a bonus action, the creature wielding this weapon can plant the orb on another creature within melee by making a successful dexterity sleight of hand check, contested by the target's wisdom perception. On a success, when attacking a creature carrying this orb with this crossbow, attacks are made with advantage and ignore cover as bolts magically home in on their target. As on a hit, the creature wielding this crossbow can choose to use their reaction to detonate the orb and deal maximum damage with their sneak attack. The orb is destroyed afterwards, and the crossbow generates a new orb after a new one after a long rest.
It's very nice, thank you.
You're very welcome. I'd been coming up with the designs for a while on that because I know you wanted something a little bit better, and I figured this kind of goes in with it. You're still a rogue, right? Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I hope these all work. Let me know if you have any problems with anything. So I had to use the bad wish stones to make them, but I hadn't noticed any sort of negative effects from it. It seems pretty
Giselle
much
wraps
fine.
it back up and walks away.
Is she okay?
Why don't you go find out?
Maybe you should go talk to her.
Shoves Law.
All right. I'll go talk to her. Hawk goes after Giselle.
Okay.
Giselle, if you don't like it, I can make something else.
I like it. It's very nice.
I know it's not as big as your other crossbow. I thought the smaller one might be a little bit easier to conceal.
The crossbow is beautiful. Thank you.
All right. And
Can I joke to you?
no.
Am I just this funny thing that you keep around to laugh at?
No. Just Giselle, you're my best friend.
Best friends don't sabotage each other.
What are you talking about?
I know what you did in that fight with William.
With the herring?
I'm not stupid. No matter how much you think I am, because I'm not as smart as you.
You mean when I cast the spell on them?
Yes.
That's what you're upset about? I didn't know that upset you that much.
You went out of your way to make me look like an idiot.
Believe me, I can do that plenty on my own.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you look like an idiot.
I don't even know what we're doing here sometimes, you know? And the only thing that keeps me here is my friends. And then when I don't even know if my friends take me seriously, then what's the point? The crossbow is beautiful, thank you. It was very thoughtful. I don't really feel like partying right now. I think I'm gonna go to bed early. Good night. Goes off into the cave.
They have a little camp set up for you. Like bedrolls and stuff. Law?
Yeah, I don't think Law goes back to the group.
Where do you go?
I think since they've kind of already moved off, I think Law goes outside. Law goes to the exit of the cave.
Okay. You head outside. Anywhere in particular?
I'll get with you on that.
Okay. Yeah.
So now we're reaching time.
Giselle goes to bed. The rest of you hanging out with the Corrids and the Briganocks, having a good time. You see Law kind of wander off and out towards the exit of the mine. And I think we're going to leave it there.
Sorry. I got heavy. My bad.
You do
That
not
hurt.
have to apologize.
That was great, though.
That hurt.
Oh no, consequences.
Consequences for
The consequences of your actions, they're here. And we're going to deal with them next week. Love giving you guys a little bit of time to think about how you're going to react to things. So yeah, a little bit of trouble between friends. Oh no. That's okay. I'm sure it'll all work out in the end. We're going to find out next week though. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. And I hope you had a good time. I know I did. Let's do stars and wishes.
I know my star
Before
already.
we go. All right, go for it.
Because I always say it. I love when this is going to Sid and Law is going to Sid and Val, just because I love it when there are the moments that remind us that these aren't just characters we're playing. Like these aren't just these characters we're playing, but these are characters who have like real emotions, real things that bother them. And so when that like little bit of realism pops up I'm just eating the popcorn, because it's also kind of like this was like a long time coming. Also, because like we saw it when it first happened at that moment, and you kind of like saw Giselle grow more and more like to this point as we came over the course. So it was a really, yeah, it got heavy, but it was a very real moment that was going to happen like eventually, and it was really cool to see. I like that's my star to both of you for it, and I loved it. My wish is I want to see the pilots they chose to pilot the mechs. That's all I want. I just want to know who are these rough and tumble pilots that are going to be piloting these mechs.
Are you wanting this to go more Top Gun or more Armageddon?
I'm hoping it's a solid mix of both, where because they're all minors, so there is already Armageddon. So maybe you just need to add the Top Gun element to it.
That's true.
Yeah,
That is a factor.
We'll
that's
see.
me.
Thanks, Wally. Who else?
I'll go.
Okay.
My star goes to Law for making everyone such thoughtful presents. Huh?
Yeah.
That was
And
so
just for
sweet.
the folks at home, Val did make all of these. I just okayed them.
Like, that's incredible.
Yeah, I got hit with inspiration hard last week and designed all these in a manic episode and sent them to Van and being like, please.
Mind
reject
you,
I just
it's
went
like,
through them and approved everything.
yeah.
This makes Damian so happy because Damian can't physically do magic, so this is the first time he could actually do
Yeah,
magic, so
and
this
that's
is a
why I
big
thought it
deal
was-
for him.
Spells now.
I
This is a
really
big deal for
again
him.
I thought about long, and I think Damian I thought about long and hard. I was like, what would Damian like? Because I was like, oh, I make some like punching gloves or something. I was like, no, I think I like Damian's creative side. I want to see I want to see
Yeah.
them use that more.
Sweet. I love that. That was
They're great.
That was just so cool. So both per character wise and fucking Val just making up mechanics left and right. Fuck. That was so cool. My wish. I'm gonna fuck around with this beacon. Because I feel like this could take us to multiple places. Like, obviously, it just took this guy back to the Sword Coast. My patron said that like it can take us to Zybilna, like to the palace if we need to. Where else can we go, you guys?
To hell.
I am very curious what this thing can do now that we know
Find
what
out.
it is.
Go to hell and find my daddy.
Let's go punch Raphael in the schnoz.
Yeah, I'm very excited to potentially fuck around and find out. So yeah, that'll be great. That's me.
Awesome. Thank you, Sid.
I can go. My star goes to the trio for doing fire things without your circle of wildfire druid. It's so funny. The whole time I was like, I could do this in 2 spells. Sereia could do this in 2
I was
spells.
literally about to
It
go.
was
Well, we could
so-
ask Oh.
Oh,
We could.
no.
Oh.
Oh no. It made me laugh
No.
so hard. And then like I just liked watching like the three of you figure out like, okay, we have to do these things in this order. But in particular, the Willoughby distract, the giant scary birds, just that image to me just hilarious. Like I loved it. Robin.
Distract
It really
and
made-
protect.
Distract and protect. It just really-
DITRACC. Distract.
That was clutch.
Distract and protect.
That probably would have taken a lot longer and been a
Yeah,
lot
it
more
was-
dangerous.
So funny. I
was
loved
so
it.
good.
Just the image of like the over here just it got me. I could really like, I mean I could see like the whole moment, you know, like visually in my head, but like that in particular just like really stuck out. And it's just so cute. I fucking love Willoughby and everything he does. And my wish is to somehow mend the fences between these two friends. I don't like when my friends fight. It made me really I loved the show of emotion from Giselle and the vulnerability of being like, this has been bothering me for a while. How have you not noticed? You know, like what you did was shitty.
Of course they
And-
did the penal test. That is not the
Right, right,
surprising
yeah.
part about this.
No, I guess that's not the surprising part, but the fact that I'm proud of her for actually saying something. So my wish is that somehow we can facilitate, and not just like, and I don't want it to just be like Giselle being like, okay, I'm over this, you know what I mean? Like let's not fight anymore. I want like an actual resolution, you know, where she feels good and Law doesn't feel like total garbage about it.
Yeah.
So that's my wish. An actual resolution.
I believe that's in the cards.
I hope so.
I
I'll facilitate in any way I can.
seriously
Even
doubt
if it's
that.
showing Giselle the letter.
I seriously doubt that Val and Sid were just planning on having Law and Giselle never speak to each other
Just
again.
Yeah.
the whole time.
That would be pretty buck wild.
Will you?
It would be a
tell?
choice, I suppose.
It's a choice.
Just Willoughby
A
running back and
choice,
forth.
yes.
I'm not sure
that would be a
that
choice.
would be the best one. Just, you know, from a game perspective.
Yeah, it might make things
Like a little
difficult.
A little awkward.
Awesome. Thanks,
Yeah, it's
Rachel.
me.
Thank you. 2 left.
I'll go. My star. There's so many. I mean, it's mostly echoing all the stars that have happened already today. I definitely have to give one to Sid for approaching that in a way that I never would have expected. And really making me jump through a lot of like mental hoops, doing a lot of gymnastics here, trying to figure out how Law's going to respond to this. And
That was not her intention.
I really think, no, I think it's good though. Like, I mean, again, Law didn't really think that would upset her that much. And just like in the moment, I get there's a lot of stuff going on in their head. I won't go through all of it because I could sit here and talk about it for another half an hour. But it is surprising me with that. Like I love being surprised narratively with stuff. So that was a very big surprise, and I think it would be very insincere for me not to star that. So I'll have a star there, and my wish. I don't want to say my wish out loud. I'm going to talk to Van about it because I have an idea.
Okay.
I'm going to send you my wish privately.
Sure. Thanks, Val.
Boy, going last is hard because this is gonna be real unoriginal.
We're allowed to
But-
like the same things.
Yes.
No.
What? Friends who
I
have similar
hate it.
interests and likes?
Except for Rob,
Impossible.
he hates anime.
I
Yeah,
hate
Rob.
anime.
Known anime hater,
Known
Rob,
anime hater.
aka
No,
bonus
just
stage
known
Rob.
hater.
They call it
No
animation.
hater.
They call it
Known
animation
hater.
shows in the
Hater.
UK.
Stage Rob.
Because when I think about Rob, I think about just vitriol,
Anger,
and hatred. Absolutely.
hatred.
100%.
A lot of it's yelling.
Just
Yeah.
lots, just like
Well, that one's
just like
true.
unwarranted
What-
anger,
very loud.
like
What
you
you-
know, like
What y'all don't see right now is the fedora off screen that Rob has that he puts on after the stream is over.
We know that because Sid's been in your ceiling.
I have this whole time actually.
Oh no, we're
but
full circle.
unironically, I did own fedoras at one point, but hey,
We all did,
A
bro.
lot
it's
of us
okay.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
let the man talk.
I'm gonna push that one down to way down. My star goes to a runner-up star to SEAL Team 6 on the carpet. We really nailed that beacon shit.
That was great.
Yeah.
But specifically, my star is for Law/Val. Just I enjoy how much Law enjoys building stuff, where I feel like more often than not it's the thing that will draw the focus in I know that they're very like ADHD by design, and then that's like the one constant. That's the one thing that like grounds them, I feel like. And so even though it was like a little bit played for laughs at like how long they spent in the cave doing it, just what a fun thing. Like I love that for them, you know, like and not just because I got a cool helmet out of it, but like it's just like, hey, this is this thing that like my character loves doing, and I get to like have that scene. I get to RP that out, and it's neat. And I'm really happy you didn't die from exhaustion, friend.
You know, me too.
I'm proud of you.
I don't think we all fully processed
I didn't
the
process
possibility
that there would
of
be
that
a roll for
Yeah.
each thing
until
and then I was
afterwards.
Mhm.
like,
And
statistically
then-
possible that you
Yeah.
die from this.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's metal.
I mean,
that's-
I guess the saving grace is that, Sereia's there with her little like ripcord packages
And
to
which-
bring them back to
yes.
life.
To be fair,
Yes.
you could have made a couple of them and then stopped
Yeah.
No.
and slept.
But why would they do that?
But Law
Why
wouldn't
would
do
I do
that.
How
I wouldn't
not
do
an
that at
issue.
all, though.
Of course
Please.
not.
Sorai
How-
just hears their body drop
I-
on the floor and goes, damn it.
Yes. I just want to be clear that I was not going to force you into a situation where you died. You were going to have to put yourself there.
How rough would that have been if y'all had come back and found out that Law had died during
Oh,
the
no,
fight?
he
Creating
died.
these
It's okay, I
beautiful
was here.
gifts. Oh my
Died.
god.
Oh,
It would be so terrible, but
Died.
so funny.
What happened?
They died.
He died.
No, like literally this time.
For real.
oh.
And then my wish is I really want to meet this hag. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
you
so
will.
curious.
Oh, you will.
I have
Joke.
all of these
Yes.
ideas of who they are in my head. But yeah, I don't know. I got there's so many situations where we spoke a name and there was like somebody that cursed it or spat on the ground or hid or whatever, and the bitter end, and I'm just like, who are you?
It's my
Is it
favorite.
bad that
to
I'm
meet
just
you.
seeing Bernadette Peters in my head? Like, is that just like the theater thing, I guess, is like where that's
Maybe
bringing my
that's-
mind to?
Maybe that's what she looks like. Maybe she looks like Bernadette Peters.
Okay, I'll take it. My headcanon for now. So
I'll say
I'm
Feel free to
picturing the
share.
Phantom of the Opera myself.
maybe she used to look like Bernadette Peters.
Yeah.
oh,
Hmm.
Okay.
Anyway, no spoilers. That I can
No.
guarantee will happen.
Yeah.
That wish, that's in there.
okay.
Ah, I set myself up for success.
That's how you do
Yeah.
it, folks. Anything else? Oh, thank you, Rob. And say thank you. Thank you
Oh yeah.
for
yeah.
sharing.
Thank you for the game.
Thank you for the
With
game.
us.
Thank you for the game.
Thank you guys for playing with me. Anything else before we go away?
No, thanks for having
Thank
so many
you.
cute little guys.
Little
Yeah, so
guys.
many little
This is
guys.
a
Little
lot of
guys.
little guys.
So many little
I
guys.
love when Bam plays little guys.
I love little guys.
Little
They're my
guys are the
favorite.
best.
And come watch Hearts of Stone.
Yeah, come watch Hearts of Stone. 5 p. What time
Yes.
is that game at? 5?
Yes.
5 p.m.
Yes,
It's been a
5
couple
o'clock.
weeks. 5 p.m. Eastern time. We are picking back up with Blades in the Dark. And we're gonna
Blades
be
in
going
the
after a score, I guess.
Blades
That's
in
kind
the
of what that
dark.
game is about. We're gonna do crime. Coming out with us, we're gonna do crime, and I'm gonna summon a ghost, and it's just gonna be great.
Crimes.
Crimes.
Spooky
Spooky time.
crimes.
Anything else anybody wants to plug or anything? Everybody's social media is below their faces. Our schedule is several places. It's on Twitch. It's been to our Discord. Coming out in our Discord with us and talk about this show, as well as the rest of them that are going to be happening throughout the week. And if you need to catch up on anything, it's all on YouTube, baby. YouTube.com/Game Nights, game with 2 G's and Nights with a K. It's all there. There's so much shit you can watch on that channel. There's years of content on there.
We can entertain you for hours.
Or
And not just like the
Ever.
years that have spanned since the beginning of the channel. Like if you clocked all of the actual hours,
it's
it
got to be years.
ends up in years.
It's gotta
Yeah.
Gotta be.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody. Thank you to my wonderful players for being wonderful.
Thank you for the
Thank you for the game.
And we're a little over time, so I'm gonna call it there. We will see you this evening for Hearts of Stone, and then throughout the week for Dragon Age and much, much more. But until then, good game. And talk to your friends, internet. Make sure they're okay. See you later.